So today's topic I've decided on, and this goes off the back of really what Marty was saying yesterday about other businesses and about how one business that he was involved with, which is the same one I was, funnily enough, back in the 80s, and many of you as well, probably. And they sort of started going away from the core of what their business was about, and it started going into audio tapes and books. And it got me thinking, really, that even though that was coming away from itself was about, I really felt those books and audio tapes that we got were of huge value to me within my journey of working online, speaking, doing videos, etc. And that's really what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, is the power of self-education. To help you to self-educate really is something that you can do at any time in your life. Colonel Daniel Lee, thank you so much for your super sticker. Very, very kind of you, my friend. You can never stop learning, basically. That's what I'm trying to say, is it doesn't matter what age you are. It's never, ever too late to learn something new. I didn't learn Spanish until I was into my 50s. And I managed to get to a stage where I can hold a pretty good conversation. I wouldn't say I'm fluent, but I can watch TV, for instance. I can listen to people. I can make conversation and all the rest of it. That is because I made, with Jane, actually, a huge effort to learn another language. Lovely, Fatima. Thank you so much for your super sticker. That's very, very kind of you. Hope you're feeling better as well, darling. And one thing about self-education is that it really does help you focus. It really helps you get your teeth into something rather than stagnating. Anything that you can do to learn something new is going to be benefit to you. As they say, another string to your bow. And it all helps in whatever you're doing. Now, certainly, a lot of the self-motivational books that have been around for a very long time, again, I've read many of them, have helped me enormously to focus, to stay the course, to understand, I suppose, a little bit about certain things. And there's many of them. There's some in PDF form, there's some in hardback form, but some of the ones that I've used and I've read, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, read that one as well many times. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, that's a really, really good one. The Seven Habits of Highly Educated People by Stephen Covey. There's also as well Think and Grow Rich. If you remember, that's another really, really good one to have. I can't remember who that was. Law of Attraction was another one as well. And there's also one which is called Body Language. Now, I really found that one very interesting. I think it was The Art of Body Language or something like that, I think it was called. And it's amazing that when you read that and you start talking to people and looking at people, how body language tells you so much about what that person is doing, saying, and all the rest of it. You know, these are the sort of self-educational books that will certainly help you, not only in life, but also within your online ventures, whichever you are doing it. There you go, Bob Proctor. Thank you. Think and Grow Rich by Bob Proctor. It's an old one, but really one. If you've ever heard of the story of The Man Who Digs for Gold and Turns His Back. Think and Grow Rich is very much along those lines of never give up. And remember, what you believe you can achieve. These sort of sayings and all this all come from these motivational, educational books of how to be and more of an entrepreneurial type of person. And really, we are all entrepreneurs. If you are in ONPASSIVE, then you are an entrepreneur at the end of the day. Why? Because you have made that first step into the world of online business to better yourself and your family. That is the essence of what an entrepreneurial person is trying to achieve. They don't want to have the status quo of 9 to 5. They want something different. They want to better themselves. And part of that means going out and self-educating yourself to make you a better version of yourself. I've learned loads, literally loads over my time that I've been online and I've been doing what I'm doing, even though you all well know my story. And I have always said that this is my last stance and chance cafe as far as doing something online is concerned. I'm not interested in doing anything else if this doesn't work. I've come to the end of that road, I suppose. Would I do something else? Yeah, maybe, but certainly nothing to do with the online business, that's for sure. I don't want to get into that game again. Do I like doing what I'm doing as far as helping people? Yes, absolutely I do. And that's probably more the route I would take if ONPASSIVE doesn't work, or it doesn't say what it's going to do, or for whatever reason, I would probably go down a completely different route. I really have enjoyed pushing my own limits and boundaries of what I've felt I've been capable of doing. And a lot of this has stemmed from the confidence that I have got from reading these books, that if you do read them or you have read them, you will certainly understand how it highlights really from the get-go of how important it is to keep pushing and to keep the belief and to keep driving forward. Why? It's because of that 1% and 2% that only make it in the online space or within business. The reason that the 98% don't make it is because they really haven't got the grit, determination, the staying power, the want. Something else that's taught. What is your why? What is your want? All of these things are certainly things that the books, through reading them, or whether they're audio or whether they're PDFs, okay, they really are something that will help you in your personal life, in the great outdoors and the wide, wide world. But more importantly, it will certainly help you within the business world. Like I said about the body language book, boy, is that a eye-opener. And the more you read of that book, the more when you're talking to people about how their involuntary body language, and it is involuntary, by the way, about, tells of people looking upright or looking down or head down, crossing legs and hands in palms, all these sort of things that you how much you pick up on it when you've educated yourself a little bit about how it all works. And it's very, very interesting. And that's just one book. This is why, with especially the time that we have on our hands at the moment, we should use this time in a positive manner to make ourselves more educated, more knowledgeable, because at the end of the day, knowledge is power. And the more that we can have that knowledge base of everything that is going to help us succeed, then surely that is a good route you should take. Now, the books themselves, I don't know, they're not a lot of money. I'm just going to have a quick look, actually. You're talking £9, £10 or even less for a book. And I'm sure if you go into any secondhand bookstore, there'll be one stuck in the corner somewhere anyway. You can go to book exchanges and stuff like this as well, and there will be those kinds of books around. Why? Because people read them once and maybe might not go back to them a second time. But if you've never read them, really now is the time that you should start delving into whether they're audio books, whether they're in the PDF form, or whether they are in actually hardback copies, to educate yourself on the importance of how to navigate the pitfalls and the ups and downs and the setbacks of business online. And it really is interesting. You might not understand all of it, you might not agree with all of it, but there is certainly some very interesting and worthwhile information in all of these books that you will resonate with. There is so much already that you will know about. Why? Because everybody's been on the ONPASSIVE journey for 3 years, and you will know the stopping and starting, the ups and the downs and all the rest of it, and you're all still here. These kinds of books will really help you in your dedication and desire to push through and to stay the course. Not only will that help you in that degree, it's also going to help you to be a much more positively mindset type of person. Look for positives in everything that you see rather than looking for negatives. You know, the saying is, as one door closes, another one opens. This is having a positive mindset. This is this is where we educate ourselves to find the good in everything that is happening. These books help you a lot. They really do. And I can't recommend them enough. I've been part of them for a very long time. There's always new ones coming around. I know that a lot of the motivational speakers that do the circuits at the moment, they have their own books now as well. And I suppose, again, it's important to have new blood and books coming out, because generational people want to be spoken to in a different manner, something that resonates more with them rather than the old style type of thing. So have a look around, guys, see which one suits you. Just pick one and spend a bit of time self-educating yourself on things that are going to help you within the business environment, and especially the online business environment. It will teach you an awful lot. As I said, we do know a lot already because we are living and breathing it to a certain extent. It's not like we are having to make sales to succeed and all the rest of it. You know, that's not the part of where we are within ONPASSIVE at the moment. It speaks about all of that as well in many of the books. Now really it's time to grab a book, spend half an hour a day just reading through it and analyzing if the suggestions are good for you or not good for you. Then maybe you should have a look a little bit at how is this appertaining to ONPASSIVE, how is this appertaining to me, how can I utilize what they're saying to make me a little bit better, how can I use it for my online business, how can I be more positive. All of these sort of things are going to be of benefit to you in one way, shape or form. It's certainly going to make you more knowledgeable, it's certainly going to make you more confident, it's certainly going to make you more positive about where we are in ONPASSIVE. Why? Because these books were written for scenarios exactly like this. You know, when the tough times get tough, the tough get going. But there's plenty people who walk away, that 2 feet from gold, or whatever the sayings are. You know, this is really is the time to dig deep, to dig in, to stay with what we have, because we know what the outcome is going to be. So this is why I'm saying utilize what's out there. You don't have to pay for it. There'll be PDF versions that you can go to and you can get online. Go to secondhand bookstores. There's going to be plenty there as well, wherever it is. Okay. And use the time that we have at the moment to self-educate yourself in the right area that is going to help you within your business. Anyway, guys, that's all I had for you today. Short and sweet.